Hey guys, Mona here. Welcome to my channel where we talk about all things mindset and weightlifting, and we are now currently 10 weeks out from my international event. So we are going to be talking about how I'm preparing 10 days out from an international weightlifting competition. So stay tuned.
Oh, you make me want to talk back to you.
So firstly, when it comes to competition, even though it's 10 days out, I don't like to change routine much. I want to make sure that I am as comfortable as possible doing the same routine almost every single day. So that means when it comes to nutrition, I don't eat anything strange just before my competition. I make sure that I keep my similar diet. The only thing I will watch is my body weight. So I will check my body weight every single morning just to make sure that I'm still under my weight, or basically borderline just before I need to get under. And at the moment I'm just over 59 kilograms, so body weight is looking really good. So I might have to just cut like a few 100 grams, which is really easy. That just means the day before I'll just cut some calories and boom, I'll be underweight. So with all my years of competing, I obviously know how my body works and how my body ticks. So when it comes to especially the nutrition part with cutting weight, I know my body loses weight relatively quickly, but every single person is different. So what works for me might not necessarily work for another athlete. They might need to start cutting weight way before the competition time, and they might be cutting some calories. Some athletes, just like sweating it out. They'll just do some saunaing or, a hot bath or something just the day before just to lose some weight. I actually like that method best just because it works for me. But like I said, everyone is different. Everyone will respond differently. So you need to figure out what works best for you. And guys, if there's any advice I can give you or anything that you take away from this video, it is whatever you try it in training first. It is so important to make sure that you try it first in training to see if it works for you. If it doesn't, then you can always change it. You do not want to implement something right before competition, especially with regards to cutting weight. If you decide that you want a sauna or cut some calories, make sure that whatever tactic you use works, and make sure that you don't feel flat and depleted on game day. Another thing that's super important for me 10 days out from competition is making sure my body is healthy, making sure I'm injury free. So this is the time I sort out the last bit of niggles that I might have. And if I do have something, like a week before, I will go for a massage or go for physio, just to make sure that my body is functioning perfectly. The week before comp is normally deload, so I do feel good on game day. But yeah, if there's anything that I need to sort out, I sort it out way in advance and not the day before competition. So with regards to my sessions, I keep it relatively the same. I make sure I do my mobility prior. Like I said, I don't like changing much before my competition. The only thing basically that I will do the day before my comp is just to make sure I have my special comp routine, and that is making sure all my training gear is packed, making sure I have all my food and my snacks and everything ready, and making sure that I've got my passport ready for when we do weigh-ins, because it is an international competition. And I will most probably do a little video just before my competition so that you can see how I prepare right before a competition too. And I just make sure that I have my weightlifting suit, my South African colors, everything that I need for my competition day. I make sure everything is packed the day before, so that come competition day and I have to wake up really early, I can just basically grab my bag and go. And because we do a weigh-in 2 hours prior, I will most probably eat my breakfast after the weigh-in, which will be around 8 a.m. I'm competing at 10 a.m., which is nice and early. So that means that I don't have to worry about feeling hungry in the morning before my competition. I'll just make sure I have my snacks ready. So finish my weigh-in, get in all my snacks, make sure I'm fueled, and 2 hours later, it is competition time. So let's talk a bit about my Wednesday session. Like I said, it's 10 days out. I make sure again that I stick with my mobility. So my 2 mobility exercises that I filmed for you guys today, that I feel like is to of my most important exercises to do to warm up before I start my lifting, especially if I lift early in the mornings, is my hips. So whenever I warm up my hips really well, I don't just feel good in my lifting, I also feel that my back feels extremely good, and that's probably the biggest reason why I like doing such an extensive hip warm up before I jump into the barbell, which I will then do a couple of sets with the barbell to make sure I'm just nice and warm for when I start. So my first exercise that I am showing you guys today is just a simple 90-90. This is a great mobility exercise just to kind of get the blood flowing and those hips moving in all directions. I also sometimes feel that when I'm doing that, if I'm really stiff by the second set, I already feel like my movement is just so much better. Again, I do the movements nice and slow. I emphasize on ranges of motion and being strong in those positions. And my second exercise I am doing, and again, you can do this without a weight, you can do it with a kettlebell, a dumbbell, or even a plate. I just used a kettlebell today, is my squat cars. Now this is an amazing exercise, not just for the hips but also for the ankles, and because obviously we land in a squat when we lift, this is a perfect way to loosen up your position in basically all ranges of motion. And with the squat cars, you will see I'll basically be moving in one direction 3 times, and then I will be switching sides and do 3 repetitions on the other side. I will really make sure that I emphasize stretching out and getting that mobility in my ankles, again strengthening those ranges of motion in my ankles and my hips. I also use my elbows to kind of push down on my quads, and I feel like this actually helps me to feel even better in a squat position. So if you do battle with warming up your hips and getting in that proper squat position, these would be my favorite 2 exercises to do to loosen up your hips before you start your lifting. So let's get to the lifting part. So on my program today, you will see I did snatch, pull plus power snatches, and basically I have just been doing this kind of movement to focus on my bar path and also making sure that I complete my pull. I've been really emphasizing on trying to not cut my pull short, which has been my biggest issue this cycle, and I think for a lot of athletes this is a very big problem, is when the weight gets heavier you tend to cut your pull short. So I want to make sure that I do the proper movement from the light weights, so that when I get to my heavier weights that I move properly and I don't cut my pull short. Now I just worked on 55-60 kilograms, and you will see I did 3 sets today on 55, where I really emphasize that bar path, completing that pull and doing power snatches with the 55, and then on my 60 kgs I did a full snatch, and I just wanted to feel a little bit of a heavier weight, and I just wanted to again emphasize me completing that pull, and I ended off my training on a really good note, like my snatches obviously, and it felt really good. I felt snappy, I felt like I completed my pull. So this is a really good sign for 10 days out from competition, just a bit of motivation building, and yeah, then I went over to my clean and jerks, and like you will see in clean and jerks today, also I felt extremely good. I was very relaxed in training, which is really nice, because sometimes before competition the nerves can rise a bit and you can start to feel that butterfly feeling. I'm not feeling that yet, so I'm assuming I'll probably feel it the day before game day, which is normally when I start feeling some nerves, and then on competition day, and then I just use that excitement or that nerves for positive energy just to give my best on the platform. Now let's get back to the clean and jerks. Like you can see today I worked on 85 kilograms. Again, it felt really light, it felt snappy, just made me feel really confident, because when I've had my really good days I would clean and jerk 85, 87, around there. Today, even though I felt really good and relaxed, like I probably like I'm still a bit tired from Monday's session and even yesterday's session, so I'm really happy with how the weights actually felt today. Again, made me really positive for competition day next week. And then also, guys, finishing off my training today, I just did some light front squats just to get that feel of the weight on me. Yeah, nothing too hectic, nothing too exciting in training right now. It's not about doing fancy things. It's just about repetition, making sure that, you know, you fix little bits of niggles or movement patterns that you might need to like just emphasize on. 10 days out from competition, you don't want to make any technique changes. You kind of just want to motivate the athletes. So you want to just make sure that they're ready, they're excited for the competition coming up, and you start to do a lot more of the classical lifts, so like you'll see on my program today. And yes, that's basically just to get you game ready. So guys, if you have any questions regarding what I do 10 days out from competition or a week out from competition, I would love to know what you guys want to know for this, and I will gladly make a video. You can put your comments below in the comment section. Also, let me know if you've got any up and coming competitions. I'd also love to know that. And then also, if you like this video, please support my channel, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, ring that notification bell, and I will see you for the next one.